Hi everybody, we're going to get started on our video for today. We're going to be using these Frontage mica fragments. I have the bronze here I'm showing you, and then the pearlized. And I spent some time actually looking through YouTube, and it turns out Miss Edith, who is the owner, of the company, Scrapbooking with Me Boutique, had a video, and I happen to have some of the same stickers that she had used in that video. So I'm going to show you my version of what she did. So I have these 6x6 sheets of score tape, and I'm cutting it down to fit my size card here, which is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And I'm doing it this big only because I plan on doing more than one image, so that if I do decide to use these for a card at a later date, I have, more than one to use. Alright, so once we get the tape on the back, I just rub here with my my bone folder, and then I'm going to take the tape off the back, and I'm going to lay it down. Of course, with it being sticky, it's very interesting trying to get it off of your hands, the score tape, because it's very strong. But I have this one here, and it's actually, I'm trying to see if I can find the name of it. I know it's fish. As you can see here on the bottom, I wasn't sure if it was like certain, like goldfish, or if it was, like those betas, or if they call them koi. Okay, and it just says gold outline stickers, but it doesn't say what. Okay, so I'm laying down the 3 different sizes. This is the second one. And the idea is that the double-sided tape, the mica flakes will stick to it, because it turns out the mica flakes don't melt, so they don't work like your regular embossing powders. So you can mix them in with embossing powder, and that will melt, and then the mica flakes would be like, I guess heated or stuck inside the melted embossing powder. But for our purposes here, we're going to have it stick to the double-sided tape. Okay, so before coming back online, to show you this one here, I did do the pearlized one, and at first I didn't think it worked, because I was like, it still looks white. Well, the pearl has that kind of like, you gotta move it around to kind of, see the shimmer and stuff. So I figured the bronze would be better to show on camera. Now that brush I'm using, I want to say I got it from either like a friend gave it to me from, cleaning out their own stash and stuff, and because I don't think I ever bought that. But if you have anything like that with hard bristles, then I would suggest definitely using it, because it makes it go by easier when you're trying to clean off the flakes, because when you first put it on, it looks really chunky. So what I decided to do for the big one is I wanted to put flakes in certain spots. So like, you see how it looks really chunky on the tail there? And then I take the brush, and just by hitting at the object, it smooths out, and it really is a nice look. It reminds me of the stuff that they use with the, what is that called, with the glue, and then the flakes like fly all over the place. Well, it did for me anyway. If I could think of it, I'll put it down in the description what I'm thinking of. But I used some of the pearlized fragments, and now I'm dipping it back into the bronzed ones. And I didn't mind if some of the pearlized kind of broke off into this, because it's just going to create a different or interesting blend, but it's not a whole lot that is going to change up the whole look of the bronze. And once again, we're just taking the brush And it's almost like you're cleaning off any of the excess, right? So that way what's left is everything that's stuck to the double-sided tape. And if you have a spot that looks like maybe you need some extra, then do what I just did. Dip it back into the flakes and then go back at it. And it creates, like I said, a very, very unique look. I actually like this technique. I liked how it worked with this more so than I did with the, gilding flakes. Is that what it's called? Just popped into my head just that quick. But because the mica flakes are heavy and they're not like so as light as the gilded flakes. Like, yeah, I really like this a whole lot better than dealing with that. So if you see any of these mica flakes, I would say definitely get them, because it had a really pretty effect. And you could do this with your die cuts with, say you have a die cut heart that creates like an interesting design. You could do a solid heart with the mica flakes and then put that on top, and it would give you the same effect without it being, you know, a pre-made sticker. So real quick, I was getting ready to end, but I had some residue on my mat, and on YouTube, I'm sure some of you have heard of Jennifer McGuire. She suggested using Swiffer cloths to get up glitter and stuff like that, and let me tell you, it works for this mica powder too. Okay, I think I must have had like a little bit of glue or residue on my mat, because I did have to just go back through and kind of wipe with some cleaning liquid, but it got it right up and the mat is nice and clean. So the last and final step, which I almost forgot, in Edith's video, she did use some Mod Podge to seal in the mica powder, just so that, you know, nothing's gonna flake off. It gives it a nice barrier, you know. And the best part is with the Mod Podge, it doesn't take away from the shine or the look of what the mica is doing in the piece that you created, you know, but it makes it so that you have no worries of any of your flakes or any of the pieces coming off. And I just have a brush that I keep on my desk that is kind of like my catch-all brush. So for the Mod Podge, if I need to use it for my gesso, that's the brush that I grab. And then that's it. So as we go, as we end here, I'm going to show you some close-ups of the pieces. I didn't actually attach them to a card because I didn't have a card idea in mind, but I can put these into a Ziploc bag or in some type of storage, and whenever I need something or if I want to make something with them, they're already done. So I hope this helped you guys out. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys on our next week's video. Have a good one.